Hi, you guys. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Sunny, and today I'm coming to you with all the realness. And I feel like YouTubers definitely understand this, but there are people that might not. So I had it scheduled. I was going to do a whole video on a specific topic today, which I'll likely record a different day, because I have been from phone call to 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 phone call today, back to back, and figuring out situations. And there are so many moving parts. So today I thought it would be fun to look at ADHDers and why we might talk a lot. And I'm going to be using Reddit for this. So beware, I have not pre-read anything. I don't know if there's going to be swearing or not. Also, there's usually some swearing on this channel. But yeah. Anyway, as an ADHDer, for me, I talk a lot when it comes to telling a story. And if somebody's about to tell me long story short and it's the long version, I do my best not to get upset. And this is like a typical ADHDer thing. So we're gonna dive into it. We're gonna look into some of those. And the other thing about me is, like, if there's a business conversation that needs to happen, it's very fast. Very fast. Like, for example, there are some moving parts with our investment property right now, and those conversations are happening so quickly. And I set boundaries with people so fast when it comes to the business world, because I have no interest in wasting time and wasting money and wasting my energy and my sacred life force energy. So as you can tell, this video is not scripted. Usually I'll like sit down and like write a script, or like have ChatGPT refine a script so that I don't talk too much. But you'll find that there are a few ADHD quests. And before this gets to be an entire ADHD quest type of video, let's just get into it, shall we? All right. I'm going to pull up Reddit, and we're going to read the first thing that came up. And I literally Googled why ADHDers talk a lot. And this is the first thing that popped up on Reddit. Too chatty and open. This was posted 3 years ago. So I recently found out that the reason I push a lot of people away is because I talk too much. Pardon me, Google is asking me for some kind of something about my account. No, hold on. So, okay, really back. Okay, we're starting over. So I recently found out that the reason I push a lot of people away is because I talk too much. For example, whenever I hang out with people, I often start talking about deep or personal topics, and apparently that makes others uncomfortable. I've been trying to control it, but I find small talk tedious and not very interesting. Furthermore, I find it hard to recognize when someone is genuinely disinterested in the top. Hold on, my brain literally, I was reading, but my brain went somewhere else. Okay, let's read that one more time. I've been trying to control it, but I find small talk tedious. Okay, valid, me too. And not very interesting. Valid, me too, although I do it. Furthermore, I find it hard to recognize when someone is genuinely disinterested in the topics I discuss and just listening to me out of curiosity. Okay, I don't have that trouble, but I recognize a lot of ADHDers absolutely do. Although maybe there have been a few people in the past that were just listening to me out of kindness. My questions are, do you relate to this at all? Is it worth trying to control? What are some tips on how to read the room? Thanks in advance for your suggestions. Edit. Thank you everyone for sharing your experiences and giving me so many helpful tips. Okay, so let's read some of the tips that this person received. The first tip was, these are all long. Okay, so these are likely posted by ADHDers. So I'm going to scroll down and pick a random one. Okay. It says, yes, I always talk way too much and tend to take over conversations with personal stuff. Usually it loosely relates to what's being discussed. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I've had so many people do this with me over the phone. And if it's a business conversation, I do my best to listen, but I'm like, okay, let's get back on track. Like, I am compassionate and I'm here to listen to you, but like, I need stuff figured out. Let's figure it out, or my brain's gonna go crazy. I've struggled with this for so long, and I have been able to speak. I have struggled with this for as long as I have been able to speak, but did not understand for many years how off-putting it was. I honestly just had no idea how else to relate to people. I've learned a few tricks that have helped me. I always try to ask questions about what the other person is talking about to engage without steamrolling. Oh my God, I love that as an adjective. Is that an adjective or adjective? I think so. Steamrolling. Yeah, it's like you smush what somebody else said, you steamroll over it and communicate your idea. And ADHDers and neurodivergent people do this a lot to help the other person recognize that we are relating to them. And in our minds, it actually makes so much sense. So when my Zoom always does that. When I'm communicating with my friends and when they're communicating with me, if there is ever like a steamrolling side quest, I always understand it, or I understand kind of reading between the lines. Interesting. Steamrolling. Number 2, I've tried to get into the habit of questioning my excitement to share something. If I have the huge urge to blurt something out, I pause to consider whether it's appropriate, relevant, etc. This is really hard to do. I'm not always successful, but I have definitely improved. Oh my gosh, I love this tip so, so much, because in the manifestation world, what I teach a lot of my students is we are often so, so excited to share our ideas or our goal or our vision. And as a manifestation coach and teacher, I'm going to give you the most solid tip you could ever have as someone who is trying to manifest their dream life. Or if you're doing it successfully already, that's great. And why should you trust me with this tip? I have manifested moving to my dream place. I've manifested my soulmate. I've manifested healthy relationships. I've manifested having my own business and becoming an entrepreneur. And I've manifested material objects as well, experiences, personal situations, money, and much, much more. So questioning your excitement. It's oftentimes when we are too excited to share something that when we do, we actually water down the excitement because there's no foundation. So for example, if you're really, really excited about a goal or a vision or a project that you have going on, and if it's just in the idea phase, you haven't had a chance to brainstorm much, you haven't had a chance to put some things together or compile some things. This is what I would call an idea, a project, a vision, a goal without a foundation. And so when we then go share this brilliant, excitable energy with someone else about our goal or vision, and it doesn't have the foundation built yet, it is going to crumble. whether or not that person agrees with us or is totally supportive or is absolutely not supportive. I have seen many, many times people have their dreams crushed, their goals crushed, because it takes our excitement and puts it somewhere else rather than taking that excitement and putting it in, building it into the foundation. So do that. Number 2, I like number 2. Number 3, finally, I've realized that I don't have to try so hard to make people like me. Generally, trying too hard is off-putting for many people. I've realized that I don't have to try so hard to make people like me. Yeah, generally trying too hard is off-putting for many people. A lesson I've learned over many painful and cringy interactions. Now I try to just be myself and focus on cultivating friendships with the people who enjoy my presence at my most authentic. Yes. And this is what we teach in the Emerging You movement. It's a 26-week adventure where you allow yourself to become authentically you. The best way I can say it is we brainwash you for success. So think about, my eyelid just did something so weird. Hi, it's me. So good to see you here. Sorry to pop in like this on you. I wanted to let you know that you can manifest with ADHD right through the Emerging Reiki website. And you can do this directly from your own home at your own time and whenever your heart desires. Manifest with ADHD is a 2-day to 3-day workshop. It's just a couple of hours and you'll have everything you need from being able to regulate your nervous system to allowing yourself to see how others could see you if you're in volcano mode, how to get out of volcano mode, which is basically when you feel like you want to burst from the inside out, and also helpful tips and tools to access the mindset and the success tips. Let's redo that. Okay, it's your brain and your mindset already have successful tools and habits that you're able to unlock. These are accessible to you because in one way, shape, or form, you already have them within you. I believe in past lives, so you got that. All you have to do is shift around your paradigm. So yeah, manifest with ADHD. You can also get the manifestation bundle, which is 3 workshops in one for the price of $2.99, and I'll include that at the end of this video. Anyway, I have the urge to do this in like ASMR. Think about your dream life and think about how easy it would become to attract your dream life to you in the fullest expression of your authenticity. Think about how much easier it would be to attract your dream life to you when you are in your authenticity. When you're authentic, it is so much easier to attract your dream life. My ASMR skills right now aren't on par. I literally just had pasta with like the most creamy tomatoey sauce ever, and it's fucking with my really soothing voice. And let's finish this Reddit message off. It says, this last point is the most important for me. It's amazing how much better I feel about myself and my relationships when I spend my time with people who don't want/need me to be anyone other than myself. Couldn't agree more. This probably sounds super obvious, but I've spent a lifetime as the weird one, and it's hard not to want to be someone else when no one gets or likes you. I love this last point so much because one of the most powerful things that I have ever done in my life that you could ever do, and I heard, Why is his name on the tip of my tongue, but I'm not remembering it right now? Jay Shetty. There we go. I heard Jay Shetty talking about this on the Purpose with Jay Shetty podcast. And one of the most powerful things he said actually shifted the way that my mind started thinking about this. And was it on the Purpose podcast? Maybe it was on a Diary of CEO. He was being interviewed. So it was probably on a different podcast. Anywho, he was asked, what do you do when you feel misunderstood by someone? And I will never forget when he said that it doesn't bother him and he has found comfort in the idea of others misunderstanding him. I kind of took that and ran with it. And I said to myself and my subconscious brain that if someone misunderstands me, either they'll understand what I said in a couple of weeks and it's totally fine with like psychic visions and channeling. Sometimes that happens. Excuse me. But if somebody's really misunderstanding me as a human being, I no longer feel the urge to entertain that. And that has been a huge revelation for me because in the past, I would be one of those people that would over-explain. I would try for the other person to understand me. I would explain it in a different way, and I would explain it in a different way. Now, I will phrase this. This is very, very different than when I'm working with clients, whether it's in a group coaching setting or in one-on-one, whether it's personal or business. It's very, very different when a client says, hey, can you rephrase that for me? That's very, very different. In my personal relationships, or in collaborations, in business, or anybody I'm choosing to work with, spend time with, spend quality time with, be with, if they are on a level of misunderstanding me, my alarm is going off. 1 second. Hey, Google, stop. Hey, Google, stop. Got it. I was looking at the time and I knew that was going to happen. Anyway, I feel really great about not being in a place where I need to over-explain myself to my loved ones or the people in my life. And that very quickly, actually, no, very slowly shifted into me attracting the right kind of people into my life that don't misunderstand me. They love my energy or, the way that I communicate. They understand what my brain and my mouth is saying. And if someone doesn't understand and we're just meeting, I'm happy to kind of reiterate and work on that. But I'm no longer in a place where I'm like, I will over explain myself so that I try to fix how I'm feeling, or fill my cup up of feeling not good enough because you don't understand me. I need water. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, so important. Maybe I have my ASMR voice now. Is it better? Is it any better? Maybe not. I love how the mic keeps lighting up and not. Oh, it's in frame now. Okay. So yeah, if you're having trouble with no, my brain just says leave it. All right, so we'll leave it. Let's take a look at one more Reddit message. Somebody actually responded to one of these, but what's my intuition saying? I'm going to read this one. It says, one coping mech I use is thinking, how would I feel if a total stranger said this? Would I care? Would I get the mace? Which I don't know what that means. Believe it or not, being able to talk to other people here has helped me organize myself a little so I don't overshare as much. I will list right here what I personally do if I feel like I'm talking too much or if somebody else is talking too much. And one of my biggest suggestions is and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in. And that is another phone call happening from the same person. And I am just about